Hi everyone, Dani here. Welcome to Spenelli Speaks. So it has been brought to my attention that I might not have updated you all in a very long time. So I have to apologize for that. I recently did one of my midnight reading sprints, and someone asked me how baby G was, and all of a sudden it dawned on me that I don't think I have updated you all, my global community, since before the summer. I kind of disappeared for a while and then came back full force with regular content and completely forgot to update you. I'm pretty sure, I'm fairly certain. So yes, I'm very sorry. And I know that there are a ton of new people here on the channel. So welcome, hello, hi. I hope that this video helps you understand what I'm talking about sometimes. I don't know. Anywho, this is an update video talking a little bit about what's been going on with me and what I've been up to, what's happened since maybe the last time I updated you. If you aren't a subscriber and you're interested in booktube, bookish content, please hit that notification bell, the subscribe, the like, helps the channel out, helps me continue to reach out to all of you out there. I also have an Instagram I post on here and there. But anywho, yeah, so life update. So life is good right now, which is great. So we'll just preface it with that. Life is good. I think the last time you all may have seen me, it was maybe like, as far as an update goes, you know, we had gotten home and things were just kind of falling into schedules and whatnot. But baby G, who is my daughter, I refer to her as baby G, she has heart disease. So she was born with heart disease. She had to have some procedures at birth and then was monitored for quite some time. And then in August, she was born in April, so she's turning 1 this week. It's crazy. I can't believe she's already 1 years old. It's insane. But about 4 months in August, we had to go for her first major surgery, which is called a Glenn procedure. And it's the top part of the heart where they kind of reroute things. And supposedly we're only supposed to be there for like a week. 8 days is what they kind of projected, just compared to other children that they've done this with. Unfortunately for us, there was a complication between the anesthesia and the actual procedure, which caused essentially heart failure is what they call it. There was a complication, and it basically deprived the heart of oxygen, which caused a issue, which then caused us to have a lengthy recovery. So it was pretty harrowing throughout I think we were there for 16 days, so double the time, which, I mean, 16 days is still a miraculous amount of time considering my 4-month-old, she literally turned 4 months old when we were there, had open heart surgery. So it was touch and go there for a little bit. It was hard, especially because just the way life is, both my husband and I couldn't be there together. So I was there a lot by myself. My mom came several times, which is really great. And obviously you're never like alone. There's always nurses and doctors, and they're always keeping you up to date and everything. But I mean, essentially when you're sitting there and, you know, your baby's like on every thing possible. She had neural things on her head. She had oxygen. She had a feeding tube at one point. I mean, it's hard. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. But so she had to have extensive recovery, which meant we went home on oxygen. We went home on like 8 different medications. And it was hard. You never think you have to go through something like that. And when you do, you really struggle. So it was hard for me. And that's a lot of the reason why I was gone for so long, just because daily actions just weren't easy. With her hooked up to oxygen, it's hard to get around, and at the age she was, she's pulling at stuff, and you're just constantly worried in the middle of the night that she's going to pull her oxygen off and not be able to breathe. And so it was a lot of very stressful nights and days. So yeah. However, since then, it's been over 6 months now. She just had her 6-month checkup, which she had checkups in between there as well. And she's doing fabulous. She is only on 3 medications, one of which I think they're going to end at the end of summer. So she'll only really be on 2 medications, and those 2 will probably be her long-term medications, one of which is aspirin, which is a heart healthy kind of thing. So it's no big deal as far as like a major medication. It's kind of the go-to. So yeah, she's doing great. Every time we went in, we had to do like a ton of echoes. And we always saw her cardiologist and checked her oxygen levels. And every single time we went in, she would get better and better. Her recovery, the valve pumping, how much oxygen was flowing, she did wonderful. She only had to have the oxygen for 1 month, which they told us that she was going to have it for 6 months. And we were like, how are we going to do this with, like, that would take her to almost a year old. And I mean, how do you fight with, so she had her cheeks, because you have to like tape that on their cheeks. Like, they're so rough and raw for the longest time. She's just now kind of getting past that rough stage. But she's just an amazing little girl. I can't believe it. If I could go back and tell my younger self, not that much younger, but you know what I mean, that everything was going to be okay, that, take a deep breath, you just got to get through this hump and it's going to be okay. I wish I could do that, because there were some days where it was just, you just didn't know. And I'm not really a crier. I'm not really a person who gets overly emotional for a long period of time. I kind of just suck it up. But there were moments there that I really just, I wanted to not have to suck it up anymore. But I guess being the person I am and being a mother to someone who needs you to be stronger, I sucked up a lot. I sucked it up a lot. And I still do. I will for her entire life, for my entire life. Because you do have to be strong for them and help them through what could possibly be some of the most, terrifying moments of their life. We still do have another surgery coming up in a couple of years, so we're good on major things for quite some time. She won't require another surgery until she's about 3 or 4. And that'll be like a main surgery that should be the quote unquote end of any major surgeries, unless there's any complications as she grows farther in life. So that is the update with baby G. Like I said, she's doing just wonderfully. I'm so impressed with just how amazing babies are as far as just recovery and recoup. And, we thought developmentally she might be behind, but she's a rock star. She is crawling all over the place. She is standing up all the time. We think we're days away from walking. She just cut a tooth, so that's been fun. And yeah, we have her birthday party this weekend, which is really exciting. And she's not going to be a little sister anymore because I'm also pregnant, which I know most of you know, but in case you didn't know, I am also pregnant with a boy this time, and we're due in June. So it's coming up quick. I'm quite bulbous. But yeah, so I will refer to him as Little Bear. So you'll have Baby G and Little Bear. And as they grow older, it'll be Gigi and Bear. I know it's weird, but just for privacy purposes, I think it's fair for me to not really share too much information about, my family and whatnot. So, but I do appreciate every message I've received from all of you out there. Some of you have reached out to me throughout, just checking in. How are you? How are you doing? I especially appreciate all of you who have been in similar situations, either that be having a child with heart disease or having heart disease yourself. I can't tell you how impactful that has been for me. It really has helped me kind of wrap my head around a lot of it. So thank you so much for, making those comments, reaching out to me privately, all those things. It's really been it's been a blessing. So thank you very much for that. Other updates in life, what other updates are there? If I feel like my whole life is like wrapped around doctor's appointments right now, whether it be for the baby, be for me, be for my other, my stepdaughter. My husband is like having to go to the doctor all the time. It's like we live at the doctor's office right now. So as far as updates go, those are the updates. But I'm feeling great. I'm in my third trimester, so I'm not really feeling terribly like I did in the first trimester. But even then, I never threw up or anything like that. My main thing right now is the insomnia and acid reflux. The acid reflux is really, I think, what causes the insomnia. But other than that, yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm very thankful that, right now everyone seems to be fairly healthy. I'm getting really back into reading. I'm so happy that I am finding time. I feel like when my daughter was first born, and obviously those first couple months are way more taxing than it is now, but I feel like I just thought that I was never going to find time for myself to do anything. And even now, there's things that I wish I could get done, but like I can't. And I'm a lot more graceful on myself, I guess, because it will get done, and I just have to know that it's okay that it doesn't get done. So I'm a lot better to myself now than I was, 6, 7, 8 months ago. So yeah, I'm not sure if there were any other updates that any of you really feel like you needed to know. Obviously, if you're new here, this is all very new information. But yeah, right now it's a lot of kid stuff and doctor's appointments. And yeah. And I don't know what June will look like. I'm really hoping that I can kind of keep up some kind of schedule or pre-record or something so that I don't like fade away again for a couple of months. But I don't know. Yeah. So anywho, those are the updates that I can think about. And if you have any other questions that I totally missed, which it's fair to say that I probably did because, baby brain. Plus, I'm terrible at things like this sometimes. So if there are any things that you're like, well, wait, what about this? Or can you tell us more about this? As long as they're not too private, obviously. Leave those in the comments below. And I always answer all of the comments, respond to all of the comments. So feel free to drop those in the comment section and I'll get back to you for sure. Otherwise, I hope you all are taking care, staying safe, reading something fantastic. But as always, you know how it goes. Happy reading. Bye.